Elon Musk is an impressive individual, regardless of the criticism he receives from being a little out there and even unstable. The fact that the guy is insanely productive and innovative is undeniable. So if you're wondering exactly how this guy gets it all done, you've come to the right place because today we're going to see a day in the life of Elon Musk. Waking up. Elon says he usually wakes up around 7 a.m. To some of the hard chargers out there who pride themselves on 4:30 a.m. workouts and such, this may not seem all that impressive from one of the world's top performers. Musk explains this away handedly first by noting that he doesn't usually go to bed until 1 a.m., which is later than most people. And on top of that, he explains that getting enough sleep is crucial to his performance. When Elon gets less sleep than he needs, he notices a marked drop in his mental acuity, which is a definite no-no for a world changer like Elon Musk. Though the guy likes to stay up kinda late, and then gets a solid 6 hours of sleep. Breakfast. Elon Musk doesn't always eat breakfast. Despite the long-held notion that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, Musk claims that he doesn't necessarily have time for that and many mornings settles for only coffee. But when someone's preparing breakfast for him, he will have an omelet with coffee, which he goes on to say is probably the ideal morning meal for him. School. We'll get into Elon as a parent later, but one crucial part of his day is getting the kids to school. It's odd to think of such an icon walking his kids out to the bus stop because that's hardly what the morning looks like at all. Musk actually opened a school on the SpaceX campus unlike anything you'll see in American public schools. The curriculum is heavily focused on engineering, math, and technology, and the student body is made up mostly of SpaceX employees' children. So in typical Elon Musk fashion, he solved the problem by driving his kids to school by simply opening his own school at the office. Anybody surprised by that? Working. Elon is an ardent advocate for hard work, but does the guy practice what he preaches? Boy, does he ever. Listening to Musk speak of his early days as a tech entrepreneur, he was sleeping in his office and coding all night long. His strategy was very simple: put in more hours than anybody else, and you'll get more done, thus elevating yourself to the top of the food chain. And that's exactly what happened. But while the method was a simple equation, the application was grueling. Sleeping very little and working every waking moment, Elon at one point even made his girlfriend sleep in the office in order to be with him. Elon's also a fan of using the technology we have these days to get more accomplished. One of his examples is that email and other work can be done on mobile devices, should be completed during downtime. This means answering messages and communicating with team members while riding in the car, the plane, waiting in line at the store, even while in a bathroom. So, taking Musk's advice, I may or not be recording this video while sitting on the john. Just doing what the guy says. Elon's idea, not mine. From what we've gathered up to this point, it's safe to assume that Elon's workday begins when he wakes up and ends when he goes to sleep. Not much to it. He's emailing during his commute and busting his tail while at the office. Now he does split his time between the SpaceX and Tesla facilities, usually spending 3 to 4 days a week at Tesla and the remainder of the time at SpaceX. To get this done, he's usually flying from one location to the other at least twice a week, and sometimes more. As for work, that must be handled in person, but as we've already seen, Musk likes to integrate his work with both companies into all aspects of his life. So you can imagine a scenario where he's taking calls to do with Tesla on his commute to SpaceX, where he's working until it's time for a coffee break during which he answers some emails that have to do with Tesla. You get the point. Musk schedules out his day in specific blocks of time focused on different tasks and types of work. There is a common misconception that Elon spends a lot of his time running meetings or doing media interviews, but he is adamant that at least 80% of his time is spent on engineering and design. It's a solid lesson we can all take with us. Keep your focus locked on the things that really matter in your work and let all the other stuff sit there and wait until you're done with the important work first. And lastly, in regards to Elon Musk's work habits, according to a SpaceX employee and close acquaintance of Elon, Garrett Reisman, Elon views every single decision and action through the prism of changing the way we live our lives. He even goes as far as to say that Elon will weigh decisions on the basis of which choice will move humans closer to colonizing Mars. That's pretty out there. But as crazy as it is, this type of goal-oriented big picture thinking has a lot to do with Musk's massive success. Parenting. Elon Musk has 6 living children and one son who tragically passed away at only 10 weeks old. He had one set of twins and one set of triplets with his first wife after the passing of the couple's first child. Then later on, Elon and the Canadian musician Grimes had a baby boy, bringing the Musk family total to 6. One can't help but wonder how on earth such an elite entrepreneur has time to handle 6 kids. The answer is a little complicated, so bear with me. The simplest answer is that Musk lets his children tag along on different work-related ventures and trips, spending time with them in between things he has to do. So it seems that, much like his email inbox, Elon has found a way to integrate his duties as a parent into his work life. The longer answer to this question is that Elon is a bit of a workaholic and probably doesn't have the time to devote to such a large family. We are speculating a bit here, but given the fact that his first 2 marriages ended in divorce and his second wife was divorced from him 2 times over, we get the impression that perhaps he isn't devoted enough to his family life to really make things work. His kids probably don't see him as much or get the kind of attention they really need from him since he's pulled in so many different directions. It is clear, though, that he does love his kids and wants to create a better world and society for them to live in. So there's a little glimpse into the hard-charging, high-performing life of Elon Musk. A lot of people want to be him or at least be like him, but very few are willing to submit to this type of ultra-efficient lifestyle in order to do all things Elon Musk does. So if you enjoyed this video on Elon Musk, there are plenty more headed your way from Terrific 10s. So be sure to subscribe for those and hit the like button on your way out. We'll catch you next time right here on Terrific 10s.